In Mixed Nuts, your first role was playing a transvestite.
Yeah.
In a scene where you danced with Steve Martin. It's
Huge.
I remember this scene quite well, and you towering over Steve Martin. It's a really funny scene, and you are very convincing in that role. But it was one of your first big jobs, wasn't it?
It was actually my first film. I had never, I mean, it was Nora Ephron, Sven Nykvist was the DP, Rob Reiner, Steve Martin, Madeline Kahn, who I was obsessed with my whole life. Remarkable group of actors, and I was just, I was blown away. I mean, up before then, I'd been doing, you know, Shakespeare in the Park for $300 a week, and suddenly there's this incredible spread of like pastry and smoked fish. And it's amazing when you see a movie. I mean, those of you who haven't been on a movie set, it really is a remarkable waste of food.
Yeah.
My first day, I thought there was going to be a read-through, and I showed up in some jeans, and I had been practicing in these 6-inch stilettos because I was playing a transvestite. And I show up for the first read-through, or what I assumed would be the first read-through, and I'm so nervous, I'm literally shaking around everybody because there's all these movie stars, and it's just, it freaks me out to see them. And the woman comes down, the AD comes down and says, you know, no, you're not going to be in the read-through. You're going to go upstairs and do a dance rehearsal with Steve Martin, you know, Steve Martin, right?
Yeah.
So I say, no, I can't because I don't have my shoes and I'm wearing jeans. And what I was really thinking anyways, she said, you'll get it. She said, but we have some sweatpants for you and we have some high heels for you. I went, well, shit, they've got me.
Yeah.
And I went and I changed, and I realized that I had worn boxer shorts under my jeans. And the guys know when you wear boxer shorts with sweatpants, it's problematic.
You don't get a ton of protection coverage, so to say.
Or support. And so I'm going to meet Steve Martin for the first time, who's a fairly curmudgeon-y guy. And we're going to do the foxtrot. And I don't know if you know the foxtrot, but the foxtrot is accomplished by the man sticking his leg between the woman's legs and leading him around the dance floor. And I thought to myself, I sort of chuckled to myself, boy, would this be inappropriate if I, you know, became aroused.
Yes, it would be inappropriate.
Absolutely.
If you became aroused.
And you know how when you want to become aroused, it never works. But then when it's a totally inappropriate...
I wouldn't say it never works.
I apologize. I should speak for myself.
20% of the time, I get there.
Anyways, nothing could have been more inappropriate. So, of course, I get probably the best I've ever had.
What? With Steve Martin?
The best. And I'm mortified because we haven't even shook hands yet, and already. And every time he spins me, it's a thwack into his leg. And I'm thinking to myself, there's no doubt I'm going to get fired. This is like the first movie and the last movie on the same day. And Steve is just sort of looking up at the ceiling, kind of swinging me around. And I want to say I've come a long way since then.
All right. There's no reason to do that. There's no reason to go there.
And I should probably thank Steve if he's watching.
Because he didn't say anything.
For not saying anything.
Yeah.
He didn't want to spoil
I was
the mood.
literally, I was like going through the entire roster of the New York Mets trying to make it stop, but it was not.